Hello, Roy LePage West. James Walker here, and we have a long overdue 2-Minute Tuesday. We're going to touch on, do I pay GST on a never occupied unit? Now, what if you were to help buyers purchase a newly developed condo, we'll say, and you found out that the original buyer, the now seller, purchased the home, paid 5% GST, and then never lived in the unit nor rented it out? Would GST be payable? This is one of the questions you need to ask and you need to find out. In this scenario, the question is, I'm looking for a newer condo, and I know that if I buy a new pre-sale unit, I would have to pay GST on the purchase price. So if I were to purchase a resale property that's a couple of years old and has never been occupied, am I excluded from having to pay GST on it? The answer to this is, with the amount of development happening in Vancouver and the political talk around affordability is ongoing, this is definitely an intriguing question. The perhaps surprising answer to your question is no, you are not excluded from paying GST in this scenario. There are a number of situations where GST will still be applicable. So for here, we have an example where a property for $500,000 was purchased and $25,000 GST was paid on the unit. The purchaser decided not to occupy or rent the unit and were able to sell it for a year and a half later at $600,000 because, at the time, Vancouver's condo prices were increasing. The new buyer wasn't aware of this, but because the unit had been left unoccupied, the purchase was subject to paying 5% tax, even though the building had been completed a year and a half ago. In addition to this, the seller was able to get the original $25,000 GST refunded to them from the province, so the investor made a clear $100,000 profit. So you need to be aware of this. If a condo or new development has never been lived in nor rented, GST will be applicable on it and it will be paid twice. In that scenario, we had a lawyer pass on this information to us, and he says, here is a clause I would recommend you add to your contract of purchase and sale, especially when you are acting for the buyer of a property that is being flipped. The purchase price is inclusive of any GST payable with respect to the contract of purchase and sale, and the seller shall remit any GST payable. If you're acting for the seller on these types of transactions, it would be good to add this. The purchase price is not inclusive of any GST payable with respects to the contract of purchase and sale, and the buyer pay the seller any GST payable. Let us know if you have any other questions, and please be on the lookout if you are helping buyers purchase a newly developed home that has never been lived in nor rented and it is being flipped. Just remember that GST is payable on this and we don't want you to get caught. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.